And the question I'm going to ask the Viking, which he doesn't know, so I have not forewarned Kristjan what the question is, right?
No prep on this one.
The question is this.
I'm married,
if you could wave a magic wand
Yeah.
and change anything at all about the residential property industry that specifically made it better for movers and agents, what would you do?
Make upfront information mandatory on sales. I mean, I'm a letting agent, but I think sales is where there's the biggest shift needed. There's, you know, there's things happening, but I think mandatory full upfront information.
Really?
Yeah.
And that would help movers and agents more
That's
than
got to help buyers make more informed decisions and make more reliable transactions.
And what's stopping agents from asking their clients for that?
I think a lot of agents see it as a friction point to get an instruction. They start asking their clients for too many questions, too much information too early on. I think there's a fear that clients will go, oh, this is hard work. It's about messaging. I mean, there are agents who are great at it. And so I think you have to frame that conversation so that the client understands it's actually in their benefit. You know, they do that work now, so they don't do that work later. Similarly, on a lettings pivot, I'm a big advocate of the property MOT initiative. So making the existing legislation more transparent and more accessible to the everyday consumer, mainly tenants, so they can better understand what a compliant property should be.
And that again would help both movers and agents.
Absolutely, you know, raises the standards, takes away excuses for landlords not to be informed, highlights agents who run a tight operation and do things the way they should.
And more importantly, how does having 2 children compare to having 1? I know the answer to this question. So I've got Andy Soloman, formerly, or still?
Yondell brand ambassador.
Yondell founder.
Founder of Yondell, yes.
And brand ambassador.
Yeah.
We're at the Negotiator Conference 2021, where they're talking about the new age of agency. So I've asked Andy the question I'm asking everyone today, which is, if you could wave a magic wand and change anything at all about the estate agency industry to make it better for movers and agents, so the win-win, what would it be?
Quite simply, it's about thinking about the customer, putting the customer first. Now, the best agents already do this, of course, but a lot of the market don't. For a lot of the time, it's the agent thinking it's about them. Actually, it's not about them. It's about the customer, about making it easy as you possibly can, allowing them to take control of the process and not being dependent on arcane practices that they may not be familiar with. The best agents either were ready to adapt to a new digital-driven suite of practices and processes. Others felt they had to change, but then the markets boomed, and complacency crept in once more, and they retreated to their old habits. And then when the market contracts, which it's doing now, which is next year, the outlook is mixed, shall we say, we're going to see a sifting out, I think. Whereas all the way through this great market, it's not just about making hay, it's actually about continuing to invest in those new processes, continuing to focus on a different way of looking at the customer.
So if you could wave a magic wand, you'd have all agents putting the customer first, in a nutshell.
In a nutshell, it's not very specific.
That's what the best ones do. Thanks very much, Andy.
You're very welcome, Charlie.
I've got a question, which is, I wanted to ask Simon, if he could wave a magic wand and change absolutely anything about the industry to make it better for agents and movers alike, what would it be?
Wow, that is quite a challenging question for everybody. Okay, right, this is what I would do. With my magic wand, I would speed up totally, with my magic wand, I'd speed up the transaction process. The wasted resource for buyers, for sellers, for agents, for conveyancers, for financial services people, in terms of cancellations that happen because of delayed processes, is phenomenal. And I know that a lot of very smart and clever people are working on trying to speed up this thing. Stuff like getting all the data up front before people put the house on the market. I know there's a lot of work going on, but I think it's going to need a magic wand for us to get there. So that's what I do.
Fantastic, great answer. And that affects movers as badly as it does agents, doesn't it?
Oh, it affects everybody. It affects buyers, sellers, agents, I said conveyancers, the whole lot. Imagine, I mean, I read in the trade press every day that the amount of time it takes for a sale to go through just seems to be getting longer and longer and longer. Imagine the benefits for the economy as a whole if suddenly the whole thing was speeded up.
I couldn't agree more. Yeah.
Right.
Thanks, Simon.
No problem.
Thanks a lot.
Cheers, man.
Okay, so here I am with Ben from Starbury. wand and change anything in the industry?
I would just ask that all the prop tech and CRMs in the industry stop trying to hoard data and start sharing it, which I know is close to your heart, and it'll be a better place. We will all win. So let's do that.
Love it. That's the best answer I've had yet. Thank you very much, Ben. Cheers. So I'm with Adam Day from EXP and formerly
Hatched,
Hatched,
Easy
that's
Property.
right. Yeah. And I've asked him the same question I've asked everyone else, which is, if you could wave a magic wand to change anything you wanted about the property market that would benefit movers and agents, what would it be?
Transaction times, collaboration between mortgage lenders, solicitors, estate agents, and I think for me, has to be that 14 weeks average, 12, 14 weeks, something like that. It's just too far. And because I'm doing what I'm doing with America, it's an American company, but we're in India and we're in Portugal and we're in France. It takes a month.
So if you could literally wave a magic wand, what you're saying is that the cooperation between all the parties involved would be smoother.
Yeah, I think so. It's just an integration thing. I don't know I honestly don't know what the solution is.
Right.
I have no idea what the solution is.
And what do you think, if we could collectively ask all home movers in the country, what would they change about estate agents?
Oh, that's a
What
good
do you
question.
think
I think they would probably say something similar. Again, you look at America; they don't have chains in America.
No.
It's really weird. They don't have chains. We have chains. When I tell them we have
They
chains,
do
of
get
4.
6% though.
Well, they do get 6%. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think home movers would probably say the fall through, the lack of, guaranteed sale once you've sold your property, all that kind of stuff, and all of that plays into the customer not liking the estate agent. That's actually not the estate agent's fault,
Right.
but that all plays into that, in my opinion. So.
Thanks very much, Adam. And also one more little fun fact is that by total fluke, Adam and I shared the same, different times. I moved into an office in Exeter.
We did,
and we're still
same
getting
building.
Still getting your post from yeah. I moved in there a few years back.
23 Southern A West.
That's right, exactly, yeah. Anyway, thanks very much.
All right,
Cheers,
good
Adam.
stuff.